weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy #1, written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Kelly and Lansing, they are like the Martin and Lewis of the comic book set. They really aren't, but I wanted to say that. Art by Kev Walker, colors by Matt Hollinsworth, letters by VC's Corey Batty. This new Guardians of the Galaxy starts out with a pulp western vibe to it, and while there is a cloud of misery hovering over just about everything in the issue, when push comes to shove, we see that family isn't just a thing for those who are fast and or furious, but by the end, those ties will be tested when the family tree becomes a planet-eating monster. And we're going to get into it after I ask you, if you already haven't, subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable the notifications, and please let me know what you think of this Guardians of the Galaxy start in the comments below. I already mentioned the Western feel of this comic, and that's not me speaking metaphorically. I'm not a fancy man like that. This issue actually opens up with a lone rider entering the town of Solitude on the planet of Galilee 4. It's immediately apparent that it's Star-Lord, and then a young alien lets him know that salvation is at hand because Star-Lord has risen, and it's kind of a neat little way to start and tie into things as we go forward. Now, things go sideways really quickly as the local sheriff confronts Peter before Gamora gets involved, and away we go. And there's not much setup to anything going on here as Lansing and Kelly plops us into an already happening story, and we're going to have to figure it out as we go. I don't mind that at all, and really, the issue is mainly focused on getting the gang back together, so this is kind of a neat way to make it feel like, okay, it's a lived-in universe, the background, all of that has already happened, we're going to have to figure things out. I actually do like that sort of thing if it plays out well, and this plays out well enough so far. I usually like Kev Walker's art, but I'm not sure his cartoony style fits the grit and grime that this issue tries to focus on. It may fit better as the series progresses and we change up locales and scenery, though one thing that did bother me a lot about the art, the very close-up and tight angles throughout the issue. Some of the scenes become a bit more confusing than they need to be. An example is when Gamora takes down the local sheriff at the beginning of the issue, and I get the Western play of showing close-ups of everyone's faces and eyes now and again. That is a trope of any sort of Western, but some of the big scenes fall a bit flat because of the lack of scope, especially when we get to the end. Now, as far as getting the team back together, we quickly get Nebula, Mantis, and eventually Drax joining in on the fun here as some local ruffians, some local toughs show up to cause trouble, and it sets up a giant fight. It's pretty much the middle of town, OK Corral-esque type of thing, and it fits the overall vibe and story. Now, I do think that Lansing and Kelly cloudy up the main story a bit here because this start, it really feels like you're getting the overdone and cliched Seven Samurai type thing from this. And I know there's way worse ways to get the Guardians back together, though, but while that wasn't that exciting 3/4 of the way through the issue, the ending is the selling point of this whole shebang. And the twist is these guys who show up to cause trouble, they're kind of just a minor, unfortunate distraction as we get to see the bigger threat, which is Groot fall. And it is something really big. It's something that, oh my God, Groot was not around. Where's Groot? Oh my God, he's going to eat the planet. It's really crazy. And it really does set up some excitement as you get to the end of the issue. And the Guardians are desperately trying to get the villagers off the planet before Groot kills them all. And by the end, I'm not so sure that they were 100% successful. It looks like they had some problems. But here's the thing. Again, this is what I talked about earlier. I wish the art was a bit better here. It's good panel to panel, but the scope and the close-ups, it really didn't show the true scope of this Groot fall and what is going on with Groot. I wanted to see, the size difference and how menacing this was. And when you end up seeing them on the page, it doesn't play out as well as I think it should have. But Guardians of the Galaxy #1 starts out a bit slow. But with the Western vibe, I think that's on purpose. I think that you're playing it pretty methodical at the beginning, setting some things up in that Western type of way. Things definitely pick up, though, by the end. And the questions that are left hanging, like what the hell is going on with Groot, are really intriguing and will have me picking up and reviewing the next issue. Now, I saw one reviewer already say that this is the start of an all-time great story. And I don't know, either they're high, stupid, or have some sort of crystal ball. I don't know. But column A, column B. I was pleasantly surprised myself, though, by the end. I'm not going to jump to these crazy conclusions, but I already talked about my problems with the art, but of course, that's the most subjective part of comics. So your mileage may vary. So you may like this more than me if you really do like the art. And I saw some people liking the art, and that's up to everybody to decide on their own. But for me personally, overall, I'm giving this a 7.8. It's a solid start. And like I said, by the end, I'm really intrigued of what's going on. I think there's a cool vibe going on. It's even a bit fun by the end. I'll be back to read and review the next issue. And really, isn't that what it's all about? Getting us excited for the next issue. So I think that this was a pretty good start overall. But with that, thanks everybody for listening. I'd love to hear what you think of the start to Guardians of the Galaxy, what you think, of Lansing and Kelly, and especially the art. Maybe you like it more than me. Maybe you're in the same boat, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And remember, subscribe, like, enable, all that stuff that everybody says at the end. But with that, I will talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.